Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with an Total War Attila tournament matchcast. This is the Agartha Flash tournament number 5. A semi-final match between Llewelin of Agartha and Orgetorix, also of Agartha. It's loading in right now. Taking some time though. Come on game, load up, load up, load up. Here we go. Now for Orgetorix, he is the Ostrogoths, and we have Visigoths for Llewelin. Anyway, time to go over the builds. So Ostrogoths have Royal Sionis General with Brace, as one would expect, 2 Noble Germanic Horsemen on each of the flanks. We also have three Germanic Lancers in total. Yes, 1 on each flank and then 1 kind of like in the center. We have 2 Germanic Hurlers on each flank, 4 Germanic Bows in the center, 3 Germanic Pikes supporting them. We also have a Gothic Palatinate Defector with a Gothic Warband in the center. Looks like 4 Gothic Folksmen in total. Thracian Oathstorm with a Gothic Warband on the left flank. Looks like the same thing on the right flank. So that is the build of the Ostrogoths. Now for the Visigoths, we have Bronze 1 Gothic General with Brace, as one would expect, of course. Then we see cav-wise 4 Noble Germanic Horsemen, Bronze 1. We also see 2 Germanic Lancers in total. Is it? No, actually 1 Germanic Lancer in total and 2 Noble Gothic Lancers, I believe. We actually have 6 pikes up front. Don't see this too often. It's pretty crazy. Then we have, looks like 2 hurlers on each flank and then 4 Germanic archers in the center. Supporting them, we have, well, let's see, 2 Gothic Folksmen on the left, 2 Gothic Folksmen on the right. Kind of like in the center, we have all the warband, 4 of those. So, those are the builds. Time to fast forward and see how this game is actually going to play out. But yeah, these games usually take longer just because there are more units on the field than like regular games. So here you see, oh, this is a little bit of a mistake by the Ostrogoths. Just pushing up like that with the hurlers. Need to target this hurler though. And now the bows also pushing up to archer range. And this is pretty good for the Ostrogoths, that they're gonna go in and trade with the archers. In fact, they're also gonna get shots off onto the warband here. So that's pretty good. Doing some damage to those guys. But these lancers getting shot by the hurlers, I believe. This lancer pushing up into these hurlers. But this is not a best move by the Ostrogoths. Ooh, actually, these lancers are gonna make it into both of these Folks units, so the damage done to the Folkses here is gonna be massive, also hitting this Folksman unit. So these 2 units taking massive damage, especially with friendly fire right now. So 1 Gothic Folksman gonna go off the field. This one taking damage. I do wonder if it's worth it though. That's 1 cav unit that was destroyed, but I guess it might be, considering the ammo that was used on this hurler and the fact that, well, actually, it's not worth it because both of these units are still alive. So it's actually quite a bad trade for the Ostrogoths, I would say. I wouldn't say that it's worth it at all. Hurler's now going to target this pike unit. I guess it's okay. These hurlers killed that unit, and now the pikes are going to get targeted by the hurlers. So yeah, more skirmishing going on. Let's just fast forward and see what else is going to happen.
They're not done yet.
So both targeting archers, as one would expect. Pikes here, as you can see, they're trying to push away the hurlers, and they're going to manage it. There's engagement over here, but Gothic Lancers actually losing to Germanic Lancers. I mean, that's pretty funny. Especially with Noble Germanic Horsemen here. As you can see, Noble Gothic Lancers not liking it at all. Here the bow still pushing up against the Germanic Archers, and the Germanic Archers are not liking this at all. As you can see here, the Visigoths are going to go in with this Gothic Folksman, and now it's going to pull back. So it doesn't really get the best charge on it, and now we see this Noble Germanic Horseman pushing in against the Noble Germanic Horseman here. But the Folksman actually kind of takes a lot of damage from the charge anyway. There's an engagement here, however the Thracians are coming in now for the Ostrogoths, and that's not gonna go well for the Visigoths. Oh, nice targeting here by these archers onto the Germanic Lancers. This is good targeting. These spikes here are gonna get circumvented actually, but some flaming arrows onto the Lancers, that's gonna do massive damage. Here we see the Lancers coming in for a rear charge onto these Gothic Volksmen, connecting and doing a lot of damage. No engagement over here, but this Volks unit is just gonna go down. Just look at it, that rear charge is going to kill this Volks unit completely. Now the Lancer going to pull out, but the Lancer is going to die because it's getting focused by all these archers, so goodbye Lancer. And as you can see here, actually the Visigoths are holding, but nice charge here into the rear of these spikes, kind of doing damage to them. More cavalry still left on the field for the Ostrogoths. As you can see, they're going for this Gothic Volksman. These noble Germanic horsemen going in to destroy these guys. And Thracian Ostorms pulling back. Now they're going to engage the horses here. Very nice micro here by the Ostrogoths. Still, the Royal Sionist general on the field. Nicely done here, Lancers stopping the charge of the noble Germanic horsemen, and now the Royal Sionist is going to come in to wipe out this noble Germanic horseman. So I really like that move there by the Ostrogoths, actually. That was really nice. Pikes here, as you can see, kind of angling themselves to kill this unit by being like 3 rows deep, it seems like. That is very, very interesting. And this does allow this Gothic Palatine Defector to have good line of sight onto the spike, so it's going to get targeted and routed. As you can see here, though, this unit did rout off the field. Don't remember what it was. But the Thracian Oathsworns fighting in here and actually not being too cost effective. Oh, a nice cav charge here by the old Germanic horsemen into the Volksmen. Here we have again the Visigoths pushing forward, but these cav units here are not really achieving too much for the Visigoths. Nicely done here by the old Germanic horsemen. Again, also going to connect with this Volksman, but not the best connection. Here, these cav units, oh, they're actually going to die to these spikes. This is massive. Nice flaming shot as well onto the noble Germanic horseman. And this Royal Sionist, as one would expect, is just killed off that noble Germanic horseman with no problem. Because the Royal Sionist is just that insane. Now though, this noble Gothic Lancer engaging it, it's also going to go down to the Royal Sionist because, well, it's a Royal Sionist. Gothic General here engaging and throwing its jabs at the enemy. But here, as you can see, noble Gothic Lancers pushing through, but they're going to be met with this noble Germanic horseman, which is going to win in the prolonged fight. Especially with Gothic Warband coming in to support, also with rapid advance. So right now, I would say that it's actually turning in favor of the Ostrogoths. The Royal Sionist disengaging from this unit, so it's going to take a lot of damage as it disengages, but they're going to stop the Gothic General. Also with Volksman support, this is going to be a good engagement for the Ostrogoths, especially if they can get the noble Germanic horsemen into the warband here. Well, it looks like they're just going to try and stop the Lancers from doing any damage. They're not going to get a counter charge. The Lancers, ooh, looks like they do finally get one right at the end there. Gothic Volksmen pushing through here very nicely. They're gonna get a very nice cav charge, not cav charge, but a charge onto all these units. This blob here going well for the Ostrogoths, just because they got some charges off here, and the pikes are not in position to support. They're just blocking off the enemy. This Volksman might need to go around and do some damage, but ooh, this is gonna be a nice cav charge. This noble Gothic Lancer against the Gothic Palatina Defectors. Here are these units here, as you can see, the Gothic General being engaged with all these units. Braces activated on the units of the Ostrogoths, but not on the Visigoth units. This Volksman rushing in with rapid advance. It's going to get a brilliant charge off against all these Gothic Warband, and it's just going to drop them very quickly. Just look at how quickly this unit drops thanks to the charge. Nice charge here by the noble Gothic Lancers, is going to do a lot of damage, and now they're just going to go back into the Gothic Palatina Defectors. Double whammy, I suppose you could say, but this flank is completely lost for the Visigoths. They're also losing their general. Now the Royal Sionist is going to disengage from this blob, but I wonder if that's the best choice. I think it should remain in the fight just to kill the Gothic general as fast as possible, especially as, well, it looks like it's going to try and pull out of the fight, but as it does so, it's just going to get mauled down quicker than usual. As you can see, the Gothic general is basically dead right now. It's not actually dead. Okay, now it's dead. So this should just put the game in favor of the Ostrogoths. Look at how it's turning around, and all these units are starting to waver and rout. The Volksmen just pushing through the enemy lines. Just look at all these units chain routing for the Visigoths. Everything is routing off the field. Massive chain route for the Visigoths. I mean, they're all chain routing, and that is game. Ostrogoths win this. I cannot believe it. The game just turned around. Look at it. Llewelin has more units than Orgetorix left on the field, but still lost. This is just amazing. Let's look at stats. So the camp didn't do as much as you would expect, but this Royal unit just did so much damage. It's just such a good unit. For the Visigoths, yeah, some of the units did a lot of damage, like this Noble Gothic Lancer, but still, that general death just changed everything. It just chain routed the army of Llewelin. It was massive. But anyway, that is match. So hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.